Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. As I try to finish off something deep before I go live. Again, after being live for the best part of an hour. And why is my app not working? Why is the telly not working? Martin O'Neill, I need to sort that picture out, it's terrible. Martin O'Neill has donned the trackies. 25 years later, you've got to give it to him. Wait till I get this picture up before the game starts of Martin O'Neill in his Celtic tracksuit, just like he was all those years ago. I think that's brilliant. I do think it's brilliant, and fair play to him. He's in better shape than Brendan Rodgers was. Brendan Rodgers was carrying a bit much round the old belly. He'd let himself go a bit. Apologies as I stick my finger in my mouth to clear out some of them. Yeah. But Martin O'Neill's looking absolutely tremendous. For his age, 73-year-old. You can't knock it. You can't knock it at all. Anyway, Celtic are about to kick off against Hearts. Falkirk. Hearts was the last game, which was a nightmare, and we got beat at Tynecastle. Can we put that behind us? We've not had good games. Adidas Martin O'Neill range launches tomorrow. You know that will happen, don't you? The Martin O'Neill range, the Celtic board, and it was good to see the fans turn out in numbers on the Celtic way this evening. It was nice to see big numbers protesting against the current board. I know, Martin O'Neill in a tracksuit. You got to savour these moments. You have to savour these moments, and let's hope that we can get the same reaction from Martin. Maybe not jumping as high as he used to. Maybe not being over exuberant from the bench, because he's an old guy now. Martin O'Neill era 2.0 is about to begin, says Michelle. Martin in a track. It's just I can't get over it. I thought that he would maybe go down the suit road as he's a bit older now. But he's obviously not any calmer. He's not when he's obviously going into the mindset. Have you got one screen? Baz, I've got one screen on Kaiser, another on. And what? Very good. That's good. Sharing the love. But yeah, Brendan Rodgers was a suit man, and Martin O'Neill is a trackies guy. Turning back the clock. Nostalgia through the roof for Martin. I'm liking the Bruges manager and Bellamy talk. There's quite a few Celtic potential managers that could take Celtic forward. And I think that's all we want now. But there's an interesting thing doing the rounds on social medias tonight about previous managers and what they've said before they've left Celtic. And it does go down to the board. It goes down to the way that the board have treated managers over the years. And it is the same people who tonight sit in the boxes at Celtic Park. And we do need to get rid of them. But there's ways and means to get rid of them, and hopefully that will happen in time. Oh, come on, where is it? Welcome back, Eddie, says Baz says Eddie. I'm trying to just... There we go. I'm going to have to put Celtic TV on because I'd probably be better putting on Camel online because there's no delay. As we all know with Celtic TV, it's always delayed. Scott Arfield playing in the middle of that. Back three. Midfield three. Martin O'Neill. I just love this. Oh man. It's going to be one of those nights that It's I better get the time ready to start. Huh? Celtic in the huddle as we speak. Let's get the match time up. Celtic aren't kicking off. Falkirk are kicking off this evening. Referee just getting ready to, and there he goes. Kicks off. Celtic TV just delaying things again. There we go. That's it. Falkirk, Route 1, first ball straight up the park. Straight up the park. It's going to be... How have Celtic set up? Is that Arnie Engels beside Callum McGregor? It's now going further forward. So we've got the flat back four. We've got Callum McGregor. Celtic can get an early goal. It'll be something different. And there's Marcelo. Big week for Celtic. Playing similar, you've got to say, but passing the ball about quick. Wow. Come on, Celtic. Come on, Tony Ralston. Don't fuck this up for Celtic. James Forrest, keep the ball. Oh, come on. That was hardly a foul. Hardly a foul. Where's that one? Welcome home, Gaffer. Let's do this for Martin. Brendan isn't watching from home with Pipe and Slurs. Brendan's in Brazil. Brendan doesn't give a fuck about Celtic. He's in Brazil on holiday. As Falkirk have a free kick. Oh my goodness. Falkirk have a shot. And the keeper saves it. Straight at Michael. Scott Arfield with a shot. And you'd be thinking, God, that's all we need. But it was straight down the throat of Kasper Schmeichel, so there's no real issue there. That's the food finish. Can't believe he's back. Yeah, me too. My TV is fine so far. Celtic. Oh, come on. Scratchy with a cross. Oh, that was tamed by Celtic. But Celtic have had a shot on goals in the first 2 minutes of a game. How exciting is that? You've got to be excited. Celtic have had a shot within the first 2 minutes. First 2 minutes of a game. St. Martin's back, says Pope Leo. I love it. Oh, man. Anybody that's not excited for Martin O'Neill being back, you're probably watching the wrong watch along. There are a few empty seats at Celtic Park tonight, which was kind of expected in this game before Martin O'Neill came back. I think there was a lot of people who would have decided, you know what, I'm fucking not going to Celtic when the current board are still there. There's nothing there. Look, come here. See, nothing. Right, away you go. Finished. Martin O'Neill sitting on the bench. Scales ball down. Scarachi. Marcelo with the ball. Back to the keeper. Keeper needs to get the ball out quick. Trusty with the ball. Ralston. Falkirk are closing down quick, as you would expect. James Forrest turns his man. Takes on 2. Takes on 3 and is fouled. Now, he's got to get booked for that. That's a booking. The Falkirk player kicked the ball away when Celtic were trying to get the free kick. That is a booking. No, ref, don't say enough of that. That is a booking. Martin actually tucked his trackie into his socks. He used to have his socks tucked into his trackie back in the day. He's not changed one bit. But then that comes from his old manager, Martin O'Neill's old manager, Cloughie. He used to dress like that. And that's where Martin O'Neill's inspiration comes from. The late, great Brian Clough. They're all over James Forrest here. Come on. Kick of the ball's a yellow. Yep, it's a booking. Especially when the Celtic players are about to take it. Huns are 1-0 up. Don't tell us the Huns scores. I don't really care about the Huns tonight. Martin O'Neill finally back to the win the Europa League. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Celtic decide that Martin O'Neill was the manager for the rest of the season as Scott Bain kicks the ball out? Could you imagine if the unthinkable was now to happen, and Celtic were to go on a run in Europe, and just could it? The gaffer who made my childhood is back. The gaffer who made my 20s an absolute joy and just unbelievable in my 30s. St Mirren need to win. There's a ball in for Celtic though, but there was no one there. James Forrest had a guy right in front of him. Celtic do have the throw in. It's looking good so far. Officials will fuck us every chance to get between now and the end of the season. I think so. Ralston with the ball. Ralston playing it all the way back. Scales with the ball. It looks like Tenecti may get a... he should have went down the wing. Tenecti should have went down the wing rather than passing it into the midfield. Tony Ralston has taken up the mantra of Rio Hatate tonight and kicking the ball backwards. Tenecti trying to get the ball there, but it's run out for a goal kick to Falkirk. The Vatican says yes. Could you imagine? Can we dare to dream? Can we dare to dream? Martin O'Neill was the man that allowed us to dream. And this is what was good about the Martin O'Neill era. It was absolutely fantastic. And he always, and there he's on the side of the pitch. I mean, just having him on the side of the pitch is enough. If any of these players know anything about the history of Celtic Football Club, to see Martin O'Neill in a tracksuit 20 years later on the sidelines should be enough. I mean, Callum McGregor and such like must be like, fuck, it's Martin O'Neill. There's no fucking about now, lads. No fucking about now. I've got to say, Celtic are closing down quicker tonight. Offside for Falkirk. Sight for sore eyes, Martin, and even in his tracksuit. It's just, like I said, Lorna, he's in better shape. He's in a lot better shape than what Brendan Rodgers was. Brendan Rodgers had put a little bit of beef on around about his stomach. Martin O'Neill still looks in fantastic shape like he did 20 years ago. Ball out to Scales. Scales putting McGregor under a bit of pressure there. The keeper with a long ball out. I'm glad that the noticeable difference already with this is that there's no passing out from the back. The Brendan Rodgers passing out from the back is fucking thrown out the window tonight. That's well out the window. Falkirk are up for it though and trying to close Celtic down as much as they can. There's Benji with the ball out to Arne Engels. Arne Engels, a quick ball. Oh, just a little bit behind Johnny Kenny. Kind of just got caught up between the back of his feet there. Bit old for a tracksuit. Not at all. That's ageist. Scott, you maybe need to have a think about your own lifestyle choices and your what you think is the norm, because I think Martin O'Neill in the Celtic tracksuit is just phenomenal, mate. Just saying it like it is. Celtic got possession of the ball. Scales back to the keeper. The keeper kicking the ball right out. Not playing side-to-side football. It's fantastic. Oh, the excitement. Even 8 minutes into the game, 9 minutes into the game now, the fact that we're not playing side-to-side football just excites me. It's the way forward. The back-to-back side-to-side football has left the building. Bit of a pause at the moment. Celtic trying to get the ball forward to Benji. Benji back to the keeper. They're still utilising the keeper, and I think that they're utilising the keeper to try and get the ball faster forwards rather than, because the keeper isn't passing it out to the defenders. So that's the big noticeable difference already. As Liam Scales goes forward, I was kind of taken down there, but Johnny Kenny's not really getting any help up front and closing players down quick. This is what Celtic were always good for under Martin O'Neill. They would close the players down in the opposition's half. Falkirk on the ball at the halfway line. There's a bit more purpose about the positioning of the players. I mean, it could just be a first game, they're focused and they're doing what they're told. But they seem to be playing a shape a lot better than what they have previously. Because sometimes you look at the Celtic midfield and you're thinking, what on earth is going on? What is the formation? But already we're playing 10 minutes into the game. Nobody's taking 2 or 3 touches with the ball. It's one touch pass. Michael's on the ball just now. Refuses to give it to the defence and kicks the ball right up the park. Get in there. Martin O'Neill style football, Route 1. Martin O'Neill's playing diagonal football up to the wings like he did before. Yep. Will Martin really shoot in the final? Yeah, I think he will. Foul in the box. Schmeichel trying to get involved. He's got to go for it, but he could have got sent off because he's got his boots. If the Falkirk player had made any contact with the keeper, he's got his studs up. And that's what Schmeichel was unhappy about. I tell you, I'm loving this. I'm loving the foot. Oh, go on. Oh, that was too hard. Just too hard for Arnie Engels. I'm loving the speed. This is as a brutal start as I've ever seen. It's a brutal start as what I've ever seen, Danny boy. We're playing faster than we've ever played in months. There's always one that's not happy. And Celtic getting back in numbers. Celtic chasing back. Every Celtic player chasing back, moving into their positions. It's looking more like a 4-2-3-1 formation now that it's kind of settled down. It's looking like a 4-2-3-1 formation, which is a bit of change from what Martin O'Neill was maybe used to, but the modern game. One touch football from Celtic, although there is one player that keeps passing backwards, and it's Tony Ralston. I mean, the pace is there. The pace is there. We just need to get the quality passing. And we're allowing them to get back, and this is why we're going with the good old Route 1 like Martin O'Neill used to go. Diagonal ball. James Forrest. No Shad, no Sinisalo, no Donovan Poor. Donovan's on the bench. If you want to see the team, I mean, I'll get rid of Martin O'Neill. There's the team there. That's a way out. I take it the Green Brigade are doing some silence treatment again. Take it they're back to their silence at the game. Yeah, it sounds like it. No flags waving or anything. That's unfortunate. I mean, I'm all for getting a point over to the board, but the silence, I think that we should revert to more a sustained protest outside the park rather than affecting the player. Yeah, so there is a silence tonight. What's going on with our forward passing? James Forrest, 2 players around him. Oh, Benji with a shot, but it comes off the player. That was a good tackle, but the player gets the ball. You want to be closing them down a bit quicker than what we are. I mean, I don't know what you were expecting. You know, you can't polish a turd. It's the same players that were here. Martin O'Neill's had one day with the players. One day with the players doesn't change a lot. It changes formations. Changes little things that they can do. It's Trusty passing back to Schmeichel, not Ralston. Must be the two of them, because I've seen Ralston do it as well. "15 minutes and our striker's only contribution was to fall over the ball." We've had one shot and goal. What are you talking about? God, the negativity. We're only 15 minutes into Martin O'Neill's reign and the negativity started already. And there's Martin O'Neill on the sideline. Got to give your due to Falkirk. Yeah, we need to speed it up a bit, but we never had the players that could speed it up before. A lot of space in the pitch tonight for us to make the difference. Yeah, there is. There is that. Falkirk gave Dundee a doing over. We never. I think that'll be he'll come on in the second half. Dyson. Trusty with the ball. Out to James Forrest. Can James Forrest get an early ball in? He likes to take on players. Gets it to the byline. Crosses in. It's a corner to Celtic. That's a bit better. First set piece for Celtic. Arnie Ingles with a corner coming in. This is where Martin O'Neill makes his money. This is definitely where Martin O'Neill makes his money. Come on, Celtic. Oh, come on! How does he miss that? Right, get the ball back in, Celtic. Quick one here, come on. That's got to be a foul, but it's out for a throw. How did Tenecti not bury that? Oh. Celtic go again. Ralston all the way back to the defender. Trusty. Scales with the ball going forward over the halfway line. Out. He was going to put it out. Why didn't he put it out to Tenecti? Tenecti's got all the space. What the fuck is wrong with Scales? What is wrong with Scales? Tenecti was out on the wing. He looks at Tenecti and it fucking doesn't go. Come on, Celtic. Let's just check something. Falkirk, free kick. Martin O'Neill, Martin O'Neill, Martin O'Neill, Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill, Green Brigade have started singing. Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill find it a bit strange because at Martin O'Neill's time at Celtic, it was the whole stadium that sang. So this is going to be a weird experience for Martin O'Neill to be in a stadium that isn't all singing as one. And it's not just Martin O'Neill that's got old. Thank you, mate. That was the whole purpose of what we do here. Well, what I do. It's all about building a great community and keeping the hands out. Well, thank you for that. It's much appreciated. It's got 0-0 written over it. We need a decent striker. Football is pathetic these days. Every challenge is a foul. Yeah, I mean, players go down far too easily. Come on. Out wide, that's it. Oh, great reverse ball. Oh, what a... Unbelievable. That had Martin O'Neill style football all over it, and when he gets to the byline, he falls over the ball. Martin O'Neill's bound to be thinking, God, these are really poor players that are at Celtic. The good old songs are the best. Martin O'Neill, Martin O'Neill, Martin O'Neill, Martin O'Neill. Hopefully the board doesn't buy Russell Martin because he's cheap. Ryan would be happy with the 1-0. I think we would like a bit of style tonight. Go on here. Oh, Benji was unlucky. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot. Tenecti's got the ball. That's Marcelo. Tenecti's on the ball now. Make some space for yourself, Marcello. Tenecti, I tell you one thing. Yeah, James, you're exactly right. You can't make a silk purse from ourselves here, but feel that a bit more intensity. The space Falkirk cover midfield that's worrying. No ball winners or tacklers there. I've no idea. It should have been a yellow card for kicking the ball away earlier on. And once they do it once as well, once they think they get away with it, the players will do it every opportunity then. We've got a free kick. Calmack on the edge of the box. Jamesy is in the position that I used to always say. You want somebody coming in right at the back post. Martin O'Neill's brought that back. Fucking love it. Oh, and it comes to nothing. Benji with the ball. Marcelo Scaracci gives the ball back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper punts it way up. Tenecti. Oh, come on, Celtic. Falkirk get the ball. Celtic win it back through Callum McGregor. Starting to get a little bit of momentum about our play now. But then we just slow it down. We're not taking too many touches, which is a bonus, because a lot of what we've been doing wrong, hopefully not an Aston Martin, just punted it on the Civic. Callum wins it back. Tenecti, come on, get a good ball in here. They double up on Tenecti in the box. Gay gets the ball back. Marcelo, cross. Come on, come on. Oh. Come on. Plenty of possession with no natural goal scorer. Oh God, they've now taken the Martin O'Neill song and started singing Sack the Board. Sack the board, sack the board, sack the board, sack the board. That's a bit disrespectful to Martin O'Neill, to be honest. A lot of people might not like me thinking that, but it is. I like Martin O'Neill. I think that's like taking the Henrik Larsson song and changing it to lyrics as sack the board. It's sacrilege. Do you know, there's some things that you don't do. And changing the Martin O'Neill lyrics is one of them. Both team are pulling the right way for each other tonight. Yeah, I think so. There's a definite change in tactics. I mean, you could see straight away it's more route one. There's fuck all passing side to side nonsense. Do you know, it's get the ball forward. You're football players. You've got one job. Go! Come on, Celtic. James Forrest with a chance there. Scarachi whips it in and James Forrest was just unlucky. That was a cracker of a ball. I think the Falkirk defender gets to it just before James Forrest. Celtic now have a corner. We need to score. Come on, Celtic. Come on. Ball comes in and the header goes over. Negrin puts the header over. Now Benji's got a habit of missing 3 or 4 headers before he scores. He should have had that on target. He's fucking Jesus. This is what's wrong with him. Some of the Green Brigade are too young to understand, Baz. They are, aren't they? Definitely since 2020, since I stopped going to games after moving abroad, Sean Maloney shouting at the players. Shock horror. How many times did we see John Kennedy? This is John Kennedy at games. For 90 minutes, John Kennedy sat like that. Sean Maloney, love it. Absolutely love it. Benji needs heading practice. Yeah, he does that. He does that. Maybe a little bit more dangerous for corners. Yeah. Hopefully that we will over the next week or so. I'll tell you one thing, that's the quickest that Kasper Schmeichel's got the ball out for a long time. Like, don't hit it backwards, you're not meant to. Good. You see the little bit of delay there by Trusty, because he was like, oh, do I put it back to the keeper? And then he ended up putting it back to the keeper. But the keeper kicks it away up the pitch rather than passing it out for the back. Scarachi gets the ball to... Go on yourself, son. Go on, Tenecti's got the ball. Come on, Celtic. Celtic players running forward en masse. This is more like a Martin O'Neill team than a Brendan Rodgers team tonight. Tenecti, can he get it out wide? Gets it to James Forrest. Nah, they've got all the defenders back now. It's too late. Brendan Rodgers style football there. It's hard to get that style of football out the player's mind and head after just one game. Before the game started, I mentioned Marcel and Tenecki's. It's the most action we've seen in the left wing. Yeah. Why isn't Scale passing the ball out to the winger? He's asking Tenecti to come back a bit. Scales is shouting on Tenecti to come back a bit. If he's clear on the wing, St Mirren are 1-0 up. Hit it, Negrin! Oh, penalty! The fuck was that? It's going to be a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. It's a penalty. The keeper brings him down. It's a penalty. No penalty. No penalty given by VAR. Shock horror. Shock horror. Scott Bain doing a Scott Bain and it's been given as... Come on, Celtic. It's only Scott Bain that's in goals. Come on. Hit it. Go on! Off the post! Yes! Come on! here. Johnny Kenny scores for Celtic. Yes! Get in! Yes! You beauty! Absolute beauty! Celtic 1-0 up. Yes! Go on, Johnny Kenny doubters. Sit down and hold my drink. Oh man, come on! Yes! Absolute brilliant for Johnny Kenny. Absolute brilliant. Come on. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. God, it's roasting. Ah, Martin O'Neill. Ah, so much better. Yeah, it is that. It is that. That feeling's back. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant to see Martin O'Neill back at Celtic. Absolutely phenomenal. Playing good football. I mean, it's not been brilliant, but there's massive differences. Massive. How can Brendan Rodgers not have us playing fast like this? It's the same players. It's the same players that was last week. 3-year deal now. Same all the time I go to the toilet with score. That used to be me at games. Did Martin celebrate like he usually does? I'm not sure. The Celtic TV didn't go on it. It's fucking God, get the ball back out quickly. Come on, Celtic, press up. Don't be wanting to losing a goal here. Yeah, not perfect, but the end is much better. Yep, exactly. It's not been perfect football, but this is usually when we lose a goal under the previous manager. Falkirk with a corner in. Shot straight through to Schmeichel. Schmeichel gets the ball out early. Oh, come on. Johnny Kenny with his goal. Not the prettiest, but enjoyable to watch. Yeah, it is that. Thank you, Eddie. He is the number one striker for us. But anyway, it's not the prettiest of football, but it's enjoyable to watch. And something that we've not had for so bloody long at Celtic. Come on. We've lost 3-1 to Hearts, but drew to Bayern. Scratch is playing well, yep. Tempo is back, which it is. It is. Brendan lost the dressing room. Martin is king. Oh, come on, Celtic. Oh, Jesus, what a save. What a save. What an absolute cracker of a save. And the keeper gets it out early. Total Martin O'Neill style. Great save and get the ball out quick. Completely like Martin O'Neill, John the Truck Driving Legends. And I wonder if Fozzie, with the intensity of playing off Johnny Kenny, definitely more energy in the team. Negrin playing better, all because of the 4-2-3-1. Yep, it's a formation that we thought we were going to play at the beginning of the season, and thanks you for the super chat, mate. Thanks Scott for the super chat earlier on also. But 1-0 up at Celtic Park, the Honda Civic has just transformed into an Aston Martin. I love it. I love this, honestly. Who wants Sharon? Up steps Kenny. Boom. The players look full of motivation and self-belief. Yes, Fiona, you're exactly right. And this is exactly what you wanted from Martin O'Neill. It's what Martin O'Neill always does. Do you know? And putting young Callum Osmond on the bench, giving Johnny Kenny his chance, giving him that motivation. Do you know? Look at the speed of every single Celtic player tonight. I mean, Johnny Kenny's the last man and Johnny Kenny's even telling everybody to get up the pitch now. I'm loving this. It just shows you the negative type of football. I would spend $5 million on Marcelo. There's no option to buy, unfortunately. There is no option to buy with that player. But never say never, because there was a player that at left back that Celtic before that didn't have an option to buy, but it was ultimately sold. If we can get this guy for $5 million, it'd be a good piece of business. Martin O'Neill needs a pogo stick to jump that high again, Baz. Yeah, he does that, doesn't he? I couldn't even jump that high. Let's not get too cocky just yet. Nah, we'll wait until at least 1 minute to go before we get really excited. Brendan Ball wasn't the fastest because it was all about possession and less risk. Yeah. I mean, you can... And we looked at the stats. I mean, I'll look at the stats in a couple of minutes for this game as we get to half-time. But when you look at the stats of the game, it was always 700 and odd passes. It was always, pass accuracy. Hearts are getting beat. Hearts are getting beat. Hearts are getting beat 1-0. Fucking Rangers are in third place. That's unbelievable. Come on, that's a foul, ref. That's a booking. That's a booking. You'll not be the last player to get booked. That's a certainty. Kilmarnock are getting beat by Aberdeen. The current scores in the SPFL are Celtic 1, Falkirk 0, Hibernian 0, Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 0, Aberdeen 1, Motherwell 0, Dundee United 0, St Mirren 1, Hearts 1. Hearts have just levelled. Oh, unlucky for Kenny again. Saved off the line for Johnny Kenny. Saved off the line with Johnny Kenny. Trying to get it to Johnny Kenny. Benji wins the ball back there and he's taken down. Come on, ref. That's another one. Come on, Celtic. Starts for Celtic. It's not showing you the stats. Good ball forward for Engels. Doesn't get to Johnny Kenny though. 38 minutes gone. Oh, Engels is unlucky there. Engels does need to up his game a bit. He is the most expensive Celtic player on the park. He does need to be shown more. He needs to close players down quicker. Scales with a quick ball. Oh, go on, score. Oh, why did he not shoot? Got off the post by James Forrest. Why did Arnie Engels not shoot? Seriously. Ball comes in. Johnny Kenny. Come on, Celtic. Ball coming in. Go, Johnny Kenny! Oh, yes! Get in there! Get Get in! Celtic finally get the second goal. Oh man, unbelievable. Diagonal ball for Tony Ralston. Gets header. That was a cracking ball for Tony Ralston, and an even better ball from Benji Negrin. And then you've got to say, oh, come on, this is Martin O'Neill stuff. Hold my drink, Martin. Hold my drink. That was a case of Ralston, Negrin, Kenny, goal. Just like the old times where it would be Thompson, Sutton, Larson, goal. Get in there. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. I hope he goes and gets a hat-trick now. Brilliant stuff. Unbelievable stuff. Kenny going to run now. Kenny for a hat-trick. The Iron Symphonies. Hopefully wee Kenny's got the confidence to kick on now. Definitely. Celtic going forward again. Oh God, nearly. My goodness. Celtic nearly got a third. Unbelievable. The energy from this team tonight is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Come on, Celtic. Another corner here. Near post. Headed away. It's not the best one. Jesus. Benji puts the ball out. Tenecti, nearly. Another one. Hits the post. Come on, Celtic. Jesus. A lot quicker tonight, says Gary. Notice how the whole team actually facing Falkirk goal. Yep. It's a Martin O'Neill team we're watching tonight. The way that we're playing, even though he's only had 1 day with the team. 1 day. What a difference that man has made. I mean, people are saying that it's not Martin O'Neill that's picking the team. Martin O'Neill has told these players how he wants them to play. He's told them, listen, Sean Maloney knows how Martin O'Neill teams play. They would have been drilled into them. Following him, he knows how Martin O'Neill teams play. None of this passing to the back. Just get the ball up. You've got one job as a football player. Get up and score fucking goals. And Celtic are doing it tonight. And they're doing it with style. Now it's time to pile on the agony. The boys will try to... yep. I'm still saying one. I totally forgot that I've got to change the scoreline myself. There it is. It's 2. The excitement. See with the excitement. I am going to be getting some automated software so that it should update automatically. I don't know how quick it's going to be though. How reactive it will be to changing the scoreline, but it should help. James Forrest on the ball. Going forward. First time in a long time that the two defenders have passed it back to each other. Tenecti taking on player again. Oh, unlucky. Tries to get the ball forwards to Negrin. Negrin's just a little bit behind where the pass was. Players are all shouting at each other, telling them the players are talking to each other tonight. They're fighting for each other tonight. Something that hasn't happened at Celtic in such a long time. James Forrest cutting inside. Ball to Johnny Kenny. Johnny Kenny scales out to Tenecti. Tenecti's got one player in front of him. Gets past him. Second player. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Benji puts it over. Should have been 3-0. Unbelievable. Oh, how does he miss that? How does Benji miss that? He should hit the target. Benji's got a bad habit of not hitting the target. And it's, oof, Martin O'Neill, clenching his fist and everything, raging, pure raging at him. I'm loving this. This has to be the best. That give Martin a job. Benji needs to go to Specsavers. This is way better than Brendan's pish. It's phenomenal. Martin for the job is Scott. Benji needs five chances to score one. What a change. I said all I wanted was the negativity to stop, because let's give Martin his chance to stamp his authority on this team and change the mindset of the players. As it's half time and Celtic are winning 2-0. 2-0 from Johnny fucking Kenny. Hold my pint. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from... Well, it's not been phenomenal. Let's calm down. Let's just take a minute. Right, we'll just take a second to just calm down. It's been a game of Celtic kind of had to get their way into the game. They had to find their way into the game. Players are coming off, hugging each other, talking to each other. It's phenomenal what the change in manager has done to this team. Don't want to talk ill of the last manager, but fuck me, we're playing far better football. Far better football tonight. Bendy is no Swedish, he's finished. Yeah. Martin O'Neill. Bit more like the old Celtic, I know. It is that, isn't it? Nothing. This is Celtic. This is what Celtic are about. Do you know, even Peter Grant is smiling up in the studio there, just up to the left-hand side of the Green Brigade. Can we beg Martin O'Neill to stay? Emotional blackmail. Martin O'Neill fixes the radio. He does that, doesn't he? Martin O'Neill just fixes everything. Side to side. And no side to side. What can I say? Even the keeper, when you look at Austin Trusty gets the ball, and he looks, and he turns it, and he looks at Schmeichel, and then he can hear Martin O'Neill going, don't you fucking dare pass to that fucking keeper. And he goes forward with the ball. There's none of this passing from the two defenders between each other. It's turn around and go. I just love it. I just love what's happened to this team. How can one man, and now we know there's been infighting at Celtic. We know that there's been animosity between the board and the manager, and that's in the past now. Do you know, yes, we still want to get rid of the board over the past 20 years. Let's not talk about that tonight, though. That's for tomorrow morning. Yes, we need to keep pressure on the board. I'm not saying that we don't keep pressure on the board. There has to be changes at boardroom level. There has to be a new way of working at Celtic. And I tell you one thing, bringing in Martin O'Neill, whatever you say about Dermot Desmond, take my hat off to him, because there's only one man at Celtic that would have the authority, the balls to bring back Martin O'Neill. And I tell you one thing, there is nobody that could have came into Celtic. Nobody could have came in and got this kind of reaction from the players. Nobody at all could have got it. The Ferrari has landed in the car park. Let's not lose ourselves, run ourselves. We should be spanking Falkirk every time. Yep. Yeah. Football is simple, and Martin has shown it tonight. It's very true. You've got one job as a football player. Get the ball up the park as quick as you can and put the ball in the net. It's not hard. You know, it's all about... That's how Celtic play. It's how Celtic play. You get the ball up the park and score. That's it. End off. You don't have to make it hard. It doesn't have to be sexy. You know, it's direct, and that's it. And that's probably the team talk that Martin sat down with the players. I mean, if Martin took the players to the hotel like last night, and they were sitting at the hotel, and they had a free conversation about everything that they'd been worried about, everything that had been troubling them, everything that had been holding them back as players. And then Martin O'Neill sits and he listens. The elder statesman that he is. And he sits there and he goes, right, okay, we'll take that on. It's now a clean sheet. Everyone's on a clean sheet here. There's no favourites. You know, the favourites have been dropped to the bench. Dice Maida's on the bench. Rio Hatate is on the bench. Murray and Donovan maybe started to this tonight if the old manager was in. But Brendan has changed it about a bit and he's given them belief. You know, imagine being 73 and the players being better than the previous manager did in the last 7 months. Exactly. And I think that what Martin has done in one day, even Dermot's at the game tonight. No wonder. It's a joy. It's a joy. I'm a younger fan. Caught Martin O'Neill towards the end. I feel like I'm watching a Celtic team from when I was younger. We've all been needing this. Definitely. I don't care about the Huns. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Rangers do. It doesn't matter what Hearts do. Celtic need to focus on us, and we need to focus, and we need to keep going what we've had in the first half. Now, this is a big half-time, because half-time previously, under the previous manager, he would try and change things. The engine Scarachi is unbelievable. Yeah, he is that. And the manager seemed to have a negative effect on the team at half-time. Yeah, they would come out fighting for maybe 5 minutes or so, but then you were having to change players. We're not talking about Brendan and his team anymore. This is Martin O'Neill. This is Martin O'Neill's era. This is a Martin O'Neill taking this group of players and turning them into something that we're proud to watch again. Nobody's talking about substitutions. For the last 6 or 7 months, you're sitting at half-time going, I would take him off, I would take him off, I would take him off. I wouldn't take anybody off. Nobody. Remember, it's just Falkirk. Yeah, you've got to remember it's just Falkirk, but you've got to remember it's Falkirk who are also doing not so bad in the league. They're sitting 7th in the league. Don't know, they're doing not too bad. They're ahead of Kilmarnock, they're ahead of Aberdeen, they're ahead of St Mirren, they're ahead of Dundee, and they're ahead of Livingston. Let's not give them too much disrespect. I mean, they're on 12 points. Do you know, they've scored 12 goals this season. Goals against. They've had 17 goals against. So, I mean, they're not the best defensive-wise. They've won 3, they've drawn 3, and they've lost 4. Still deserves a bit of respect, because let's face it, where Celtic have came from over the last couple of weeks, we don't have the right to be winning against anybody. When you look at the way that Celtic have played over the last couple of months, we're thinking at half time, it's the same old shite. It's fucking terrible. You're talking about how many players you want to take off. Right now, I'm sitting thinking, how motivated is this team? How up for it is this squad of players? Do you know, how up for it? Take off Engels for McCowan, says, who really cares? Scott says, watch us go the same, the second half, the same pace, desire, players showing that they fit the jersey. Exactly. Show that they fit the jersey. It was Dundee thumped us, remember? Exactly. Dundee thumped us. And people are saying, it's only Falkirk. Let's just have a reality check of where we've been over the last couple of months. Because it's been disrespectful saying it's only Falkirk. It was only Dundee that we got beat by. It was only Hearts that annihilated us. So let's not talk about the past, because that was under a different manager. It's not Falkirk, it's the spirit. It is. You know, there was lots of heads down. We'll be champions again this season. Well, I hope so. Lauren says, we'll be 2-0 up in this game 4 weeks ago. Not a chance. We would not be 2-0 up. Never. There'd be more chance of Falkirk winning 1-0 just now. Scratch says miles ahead of Tierney. Yes, I believe that as well. Martin was the brains of Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest. Now he's the legendary manager. Yep, it was Brian Clough's management style that influenced Martin O'Neill. It was Brian Clough tucking his tracksuit bottoms into his socks. Hence the reason that Martin O'Neill still does it today. So there's always a little nod to Martin O'Neill. And you've got to remember, Martin O'Neill wasn't too bad as a football player. And Cloughie's team was phenomenal. Last week Baz sticking up for Brendan just to wind us all up. Not at all. I back every Celtic manager until they're not Celtic manager. I told you that this morning. So don't come on and repeat yourself. I back every... if you don't back a Celtic manager until he's not the Celtic manager, what's the use in backing him? I backed Brendan Rodgers for 2.5 years. But I also, over the last couple of weeks, was changing my mind. And you can go back and check the videos. But the negativity comes out of some people all the time, doesn't it? Not for me. It's gorgeous watching them Celtic women on TV. Hopefully we get right into that F1 McLaren. Yeah, hopefully it's not just a Ferrari that we're in now. We're going to up the gears, and hopefully Brendan Rodgers can do that. Right, let's talk about some of the players that have been on the pitch today. Tony Ralston puts in the cross for Benji Negrin to header down for Johnny Kenny to put into the back of the goal. How very, very similar was that to a Martin O'Neill team from 20 years ago, where it would be Thompson, Sutton, Larsson, goal. Straightforward football. It's not hard. Diagonal ball, header down, striker puts it in the back of the net. Who'd have thought it? It was fantastic play by Celtic. It was at a time where, you're thinking, it's not going too great, but Celtic have turned it around. Tony Ralston's actually having a good game. Trusty having a decent game. Scales having a decent game. Scratchy, he's off the scale. He's different level stuff. And the fact that we've only got him on loan, he needs to start this weekend. Kieran Tierney will now find it hard to get back into the team. Kieran Tierney was one of Brendan's boys. He's going to find it hard, I think, to walk straight back into this team unless he starts to up his game with intensity, with pace, with everything that was Kieran Tierney from 6 years ago. Can he do it? Because I tell you one thing, Marcelo Scarachi is a player that should be retaining that starting position for the game this weekend. McGregor, Engels, Benji in midfield. Master stroke by that man, Martin O'Neill, to drop Rio Hatate. We would never have played with the same intensity and never had the same amount of decent passes tonight if Rio Hatate had started today. And then when you look at the front forward, bringing on Forrest, you can understand why he's done it. You can get more out of Forrest out the first 45 minutes than you will chasing the game with 10-15 minutes to go. Tenecti, absolute wizard on the wing, Tenecti. He's got a bit of improvement, I think, as a player. I think Tenecti can only get better. Once we get him and Jota on opposing wings, will that happen? Will it happen? We'll just need to wait and see. And then Johnny Kenny. Can all the people that were saying at the beginning of the chat, Johnny Kenny's never a Celtic player, he's never going to do it for Celtic. Johnny Kenny, on the other hand, went, going to hold that for 45 minutes, mate. I might need it at half time. And gets a double. Absolutely. Would have been more slack passing if Hatate was on, just gives the ball these days, yep. Bernardo would suit this team better than Engels, I think. It's a great position that we now find ourselves in. Even the look on the fans' faces, they're not sitting there worried. Do you know, there's not the, oh fuck, we're going to get beat look. Do you know, although that guy looks as if he's no idea what he's doing. He's a bit cold, isn't he? And they're trying to get their cell on the telly with their Dies Miaira. Kenny was brilliant in his loan spell at Rovers. I hope he resurrects that form again. Well, I never seen him play at Rovers, but the Celtic team are back out. It's been said for a long time that he has a fantastic player in the making, and it just looks like that he may be Scarachi playing like Emilio when he first came to Celtic. Yeah, he is that. Johnny Kenny coming on, getting ready to start the game for Celtic. Looks as if he... look at Donovan. Look at the two of them laughing and smiling. Schmeichel telling him. Schmeichel telling him, you're on a hat trick. I'm loving all the Celtic players coming up to Johnny Kenny before the game starts and giving them that little bit of more enthusiasm to go out and get his hat trick. Claim his place as the number one striker. Because there's going to be a lot of Celtic fans that are going to be sitting going, oh, fuck, I wish I never said he was never a Celtic player. Never. Celtic ready to kick off. No changes at all for Celtic. A little bit of change of formation there for Kalmack just telling Aaron Engels to swap sides, was that? Engels is in the centre circle, he's about to kick the ball off. Now the way that Martin O'Neill used to do that, you would get the player kicking the ball back and then the midfield player would kick it forward. Let's see how quick Celtic get forward, because Martin O'Neill used to always like his teams getting forward right from the off as the ball was back to Kasper Schmeichel. Started well, isn't it? Kasper Schmeichel with the ball. And he's passed it out. Come on, don't start this fucking nonsense. Don't revert back to James Forrest. Oh, he miskicks the ball. Celtic putting a bit of pressure on Falkirk there. Oh, come on. It's getting a bit scrappy now. Celtic just trying to calm things back down. Baz Kenny just needs 2 passes. No ball, no goals. None of the Green Brigade were alive in the Martin O'Neill days. Go on, Johnny Kenny. Oh, he puts it over. Oh, come on, Johnny Kenny. I think we're all wanting him to get. We're all wanting to get his hat trick here. Scratches, I find. I just hope they're coming by him, because there's no option to buy in the loan contract. Johnny Kenny just needs to hit the target. Kasper is the next player. We need to a seat in the sidelines. Yep, what a chance it was that. Falkirk now with a chance. Ball comes in and Trusty heads the ball out for a corner. Johnny Kenny's definitely getting a hat trick. I think so. Gutted that he's going back to Boca in the summer. If Celtic can manage to do some kind of deal, you never say never in football. Never say never. Celtic head the ball out. I think the Green Brigade are shocked how good Celtic are playing football, because they're silent again. I don't think they're used to Martin O'Neill style football. As the ball comes in and then goes out for... We're a full minute behind Celtic TV in Canada. You don't need to tell me. I'll see if I change it to the other Celtic TV. Four, 6. No, that other one's even further behind. Could try Falkirk TV. They got it on. Oh, there we go. I've just jumped forward a minute by changing it to Falkirk TV. And it's got the Celtic commentary on it. That's even better. But it's a minute ahead. Go on, take a shot. Take a shot, Benji. Gives away the foul. Why is Yamada not on the bench? I'm sitting on 49 minutes now, so it's jumped forward a bit. It's a forward Keeper with a quick ball out. And there is a delay also on Celtic TV. You've got to remember that. And there's about a 4 or 5 second delay on YouTube from when I speak to then coming on your screen on YouTube. So that hacks it all out. I'll send you mine, man, the real Celtic TV. The real Celtic TV. Michelle says she's on 48.51. I'm on 50. Well, Michelle's way behind. I think Yamada's still carrying over the stadium ban from Benji's ball control is woeful. Oh, come on. That's a foul. Well, we're giving the... Come on, James. Go and hit it. Oh, come on. He's got to go back and book the player now. I mean, that was a foul. Can James Forrest score his... Come on. There is Baz. McCowan will play for Martinwell. Yep. What's the score in the Hearts game? No idea. 1-1. Still 1-1 in the Hearts game, which puts them 6 points in front of Celtic. Rangers are 5 points behind Celtic. Hibernian obviously getting beat by Rangers. We needed Hibernian to win tonight, didn't we? It's poor show by Hibernian. Scales back to the keeper. Keeper kicks the ball way up. Gets it to Benji. Benji gets a foul. It's got to be booked for that. It was handball. It was a deliberate handball. That's a deliberate handball, and the Falkirk player doesn't get booked. He flicks it. You could see him flicking his hand to flick the ball. Scottish football is an embarrassment. I mean, somebody said, why is there no good Spanish managers that would like to come to Scotland? No Spanish manager worth his salt's going to come here when the refereeing is of such a shit standard. It's unbelievable. Jamesy playing like his younger self. There's a lot of players playing like their younger self. And like Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney sitting talking to each other about tactics of games. Ref is shocking, yeah, he does. I think Jamesy will score tonight. I hope so. 17-17. Oh, come on. Foul against Scales. If Kenny doesn't score, it's 0-0. Who's scoring? Johnny Kenny, the striker. He has scored. The ref left his cards in the changing room. Yeah, he probably has. Celtic TV went a bit funny there. Scott says all the players are doing well. I think so. Because we're not talking about substitutions. It's the first time in a long time that we're not talking about get them off. I mean, we're 53 minutes into the game. 53 minutes into the game against Hearts, and Brendan Rodgers was making changes, making 3 changes. 54 minutes into the game, you were making 3 changes. You're not bringing anyone off at this point. Ralston gets taken down at the side of the pitch, and it's a throw to them. There's more folk in Bazzy's chat than reform votes in Scotland. Oh, I know a lot to talk about politics, I'm told. Martin O'Neill is a stopgap. Mancini would take us forward, Ange would take us back. Yeah, I think so. Glasgow Green and White saying every player is given everything. Yes, I think so. There's no Celtic player that is not pulling their weight tonight, which is something that none of us will be able to say for a long time, as Martin O'Neill rages at the sideline. Martin O'Neill shouting at the players from the touchline. Throw into Celtic again. Can Celtic get a third goal just to settle the nerves? Just to settle the nerves. Ah, that's another foul. Come on. Was that a booking? Right, come on, Celtic. Try and get a third goal from a free kick. Scott says Ange turned the job down yesterday afternoon. I don't think he was offered the job, to be fair. I just think he was sounded out about it and said, "Nah, I'm not." And Ange has already said that he wouldn't go back to any club. Ralston to Jamesy Forrest. Jamesy Forrest turns, takes on one player. Good old Jamesy Forrest still. Scales with the ball in midfield, back to Trusty. Trusty to Callum McGregor, turns around. Has to go back to Trusty as Falkirk press up. Falkirk try to press up as much as they can now. But Celtic are on the break again. James Forrest. Ralston with the cross in, and it doesn't get to James Forrest, who was in the box. Go! Yes! Yes! Come on! Benji Negrin scores for the third. Get in there, Celtic. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Brilliant stuff by Celtic. 3-0. Benji gets his goal, finally. Finally gets his goal. You've got to say, it was Benji that started that. Ralston with the ball in. Gets put back out. Scarachi hits the ball in. To keeper parries it out. And Benji, boom, into the back of the net. 3-0 Celtic. We can all calm the fuck down now. We can all calm down. Oh, man. Amazing scoreline. It's phenomenal, considering the way that we've been playing. Considering the way that we've been playing, this is a good scoreline. And for people that are saying, look, it's only Falkirk, well, it was only Hearts. Oh, come on, Celtic, nearly again. Bruges manager is believed to be interested. Yep, it's going to be between the Bruges manager and I think that get in there. Celtic players having a little bit of a scuffle, as they say. Hearts are getting beat. Yes, come on, Hibs. We need you to do the trick now. Told you Hearts wouldn't last. Beat Celtic and then that's it. Lose the next game. Hearts are currently getting beat, which puts them down to 25 points. Celtic will be 5 points behind Hearts. Martin O'Neill. I'm coming home in December to go to a game. Scarachi's getting right in there. Scott Artfield's just a shitty wanker, isn't he? Scott Artfield, I tell you, winds up players and then runs away. That's not Scotty Artfield. Guy, you're just a fucking hun. You'll be a raging hun. Raging hun at the end of this. Absolute raging hun. 2-1 St Mirren. Yep. Turning on the style tonight, Celtic. With their direct football that we've not had for a while, using the wingers that are out on the wings on the byline. Jamesy Forrest getting players doubling up on him. Come on, Hibs. Hibs are all over Rangers. Hope Hibs score. They need to hurry up and score. Where am I finding the Falkirk stream? It's on the app that I've got. James Forrest is now coming off. Now that's good man management by Brendan Martin O'Neill. Balwishka, Michelangelo's coming on for Forrest. I did say that you would get more out of Forrest in about 60 minutes than you would in the last part of a game. Now, how good will Michael and Balwishka play? What will be the change in his game? Because that's a player that has completely underperformed at his time at Celtic so far. Let's turn that light down a bit because it's fucking boiling. Hibs need to score, yeah, do that. I know, it's Martin O'Neill. It's an easy mistake to make. Do you know what I mean? If Hibs score, it'll soothe their pains of the last week. It would that. It definitely. Even if they draw. I'm hearing that there could be a scoreline change at Hearts, but I'm not going to get too excited about it. 3-1 St Mirren, a lot of people are saying in the chat. Get in there, Saints. Where's all the Hearts fans now that we're coming on? We need to go and unban all the Hearts fans that came onto the channel. You're not winning the league now. There goes their. This is it. This is the downfall of Derek McInnes. Scoring's no finished for Celtic tonight, that's for sure. Not with the way they're playing. And St Mirren are beating Hearts 3-1. There's no way our Hearts banging in another 2 goals. No way. Come on, Johnny Kenny, get your heart check. And then we need Hibs. We need Hibs to score a goal tonight. We need Hibs to get, at least if Hibs can get a draw. Scott Bain's return to Celtic Park. He must be devastated that he's not sitting on the bench at Celtic. It's 3-0 to Celtic. Just came up on the screen. The latest 3-1 to St Mirren versus Hearts. You're not singing anymore, are you? You manky lot. Brilliant. Kasper Schmeichel with the ball. Trusty. Michelangelo back to Trusty. Trusty telling Callum together, Gregor to get forward. Tenecti on the ball. Back to Scales. Celtic passing it about nicely. Not too much passing back to side stuff. Trying to get forward. Come on. Tenecti. It's a corner to Celtic. Celtic take the corner quickly, and Benji just doesn't get to it. Luke McCown's going to come on for Celtic. Who's going to come off? Benji Negrin. Maeda about to come on, as well as Luke McCown. Good time to change for Martin O'Neill. Gives Dyson Maeda a bit of game time. He's taken off Johnny Kenny. He's taken off the goal scorer. He's going to play Dyson Maeda through the middle as a striker. Wow. He's not given young Osmond the shout. He's given Dyson the shout through the middle as he brings on Luke McCown also. Dyson Maeda takes up his position as striker for Celtic. Maybe that's why Dyson spat the dummy out, because they wanted to play a striker and they kept on getting put out on the wing by the previous manager. Tenecti doing the throws. Why is Tenecti throwing the ball in? There you go. Scarachi with the throw in for Tenecti. Tequila. Come on. Dyson will score soon. Here's hoping. Come on, we need some scorelines to change in the SPFL night just to make it an even better night for Celtic. It's a fantastic night as it stands. I mean, Celtic winning 3-0 against Falkirk, and people will say it's just Falkirk, but it's not just Falkirk. It's all about where we've came from, in the last couple of weeks, because we would never score 3 goals against Falkirk a couple of weeks ago. We've got to take the positives out of this game. Brendan Rodgers has left the building. Martin O'Neill has changed the style of the play of the team, changed the directness of the team, and seems to have changed the pace of the team just by walking through the door, which is unbelievable. And Hearts have had a goal knocked off, so it's still only 2-1. St Mirren have had a goal knocked off, so it's still only 2-1 to St Mirren. But it is all about Celtic. A lot of us were hoping that Johnny Kenny might have got a goal tonight. VAR tried to save the Jam Tarts. Come on, Celtic. A Hibs goal would be welcome just now. It would that, because when you look at the league table... Artfield, I hope you're hurting there. We could really do with Hibernian scoring. Because Hibs would jump back above Rangers, and Rangers would go way back down the table to around about 5th, 6th. Oh, see, a couple of weeks ago, that ball that just came in for Falkirk would have resulted in a goal. Luke McCown getting physical with the player. Celtic closing them down. It's got to be said. Quick ball to Dyson, who gives it back to Michelangelo, who gives it back to Tony Ralston. Tony Ralston looking for a quick ball out to Mikael Ange Balwiska. Balwiska with a good ball forward. Can Dyson Maeda get to it? Yep, but there's nobody there in the middle. Dyson's got to slow the ball down in the corner. That was just a hoping kick there. Come on, Celtic. You've lost the fluidity that we had in the first half. We were playing really well. The passing was well. Mikael Ange needs to get with the game plan. He's one of the players that posted on social media after Brendan Rodgers left. Tenecti cutting inside. McCown hit it. Oh! Come on. Jesus. No. It's Scott Arfield down again. Wasting time. Trying to split up the Celtic way of playing fast football. Brendan's tuning in Rio de Janeiro. I hope he is. You're not missed, mate. Scott Arfield. One of the serial loser brigade. Hi, I'm watching from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico! That's fantastic. We need to get you up on the channel. Where is that? Where did it go to? Watching from Puerto Rico. All around the world tonight, aren't we? All around the world. Scott says, have a pint on me. Thank you for that, mate. There we go. Thank you for that. Get that up on the screen. There's a bit of a lull in the game just now, and it's a bit disappointing because we were hoping that, we were hoping too much for the intensity that this team's had over as much of this game as possible to keep that intensity going for 90 minutes. We've never had intensity like it all season. To have it for the first 50, 60 minutes of this game, you've got to say was good. Falkirk are getting back into it a bit. Not much. Callum McGregor hits the ball. Liam Scales gets it away. Scarachi, quick ball out. Arnie Engel. No, it's Luke McCown. Sorry, Luke McCown. Straight up forward looking for Tenecti. Come on. Take it. Tenecti. Go on. Yes! Yes! Come on. Look at yes! Get in there. Yes! 4-0 Celtic. Absolutely loving it. That was a Martin O'Neill team. That was a Martin O'Neill goal. Absolutely beautiful to watch. Straight out. No fucking about. Tenecti takes on the last defender, skips over him, then smashes it past the keeper into the back of the net. Oh man, what a game. What a game. Absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. We lost the fluidity when we took Forrest off. Hold my pint because we've just scored again. Tenecti gets his goal. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic goal. It's now 2-2. Don't tell me that. 5-0. I should have put a fiver on it. Yep, Hearts are drawn 2-2. Puts them 1 point ahead of us. I tell you one thing, for Celtic to score 4 tonight is a statement. It is a statement. Rolling back the years, we definitely are. What a fantastic goal. I'll pay for ear checks for people with it. Oh, nearly dies Maeda. Rolling back the years. How? You've got to ask how and why. How and why. It's unbelievable. That's where's the 7 guy now. Right, that's where's the 7-0 guy. Please find them. I'll tell you one thing. Getting the goal difference right up tonight is what we needed. Tell you, it's what we've needed. I've been saying for weeks that we need to score goals. We need to start scoring goals, and we just didn't do it. For whatever reason, under the previous manager, we couldn't do it. But I tell you one thing, in walks Martin O'Neill. What happens when the ball's played forward? We score goals, Joseph. No Hearts will be through points. Martin O'Neill proven what I remember he's saying, and these guys are talent, just needed the right voices in the dressing room. Yeah. I mean, Martin O'Neill doesn't mince his words. Doesn't mince his words at all. God, Falkirk players are in. And there's Dyson Maeda coming on. And Callum Osmond. Oh, yeah. Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill. We're winning 4-0. Take the players off. They've done their job. Absolutely done their job. Bring on the young boy. Get Callum Osmond on. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you manage a club. That's how you manage Celtic Football Club. You know, you give the young players a chance when you're winning 4-0. Never mind the Brendan Rodgers pish that we've had to deal with. Give Martin O'Neill a fucking bow of the hat tonight. What an amazing manager. I tell you, Scratchy man of the match. Give Martin O'Neill the contract. Bring on the Huns. I'm not surprised Martin O'Neill will do good things while he's here. It's just unbelievable. It's rolling back the years. I feel like that the 20-odd year old me is back in the building. It's unbelievable. Do you know, surely Martin O'Neill to the end of the season. It's looking like Martin O'Neill to the end of the season. Martin O'Neill's demeanour is awesome. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Osmond on 2 up front. Celtic playing 2 up front. Have we just went to a 3-5-2? Martin O'Neill's favoured formation. Oh, if you're not excited to be a Celtic fan tonight, there's something far wrong with you. There's something far wrong with you. We've been slating these players for months now, wondering what is wrong with them. And tonight, they've proved that they're good players. Martin O'Neill's going to talk Dyson Maeda to sign a new contract for Christmas. God, don't say that. Amazing manager. It's Falkirk, for fuck's sake. Listen, Falkirk would have beat us a couple of weeks ago. It was Dundee that beat us. Hearts beat us. It's nostalgic having Martin O'Neill in the dugout. It's not just nostalgic, you know what I mean? It's come on. Oh, nearly. Callum Osmond. If he gets a goal tonight, Scratch is something else, isn't he? Callum Osmond, he just... Unbelievable. The Rebels are back. Yes, the Rebels are back. Come on, St Mirren, hold out. I'm not saying that Brendan Rodgers wants to get beat. What a difference tonight. The atmosphere and playing dynamic. Listen, let's not talk about Brendan anymore. He's in the past. Do you know, and like I've said before, somebody said you were backing Brendan Rodgers just the other week. You back every Celtic manager until the last, and if you don't, that's the point of supporting your team. That's what supporting your team is all about. Is supporting the man that's in charge until he does enough fucking shit that he doesn't deserve the support. And Brendan Rodgers went down that road. Martin O'Neill's walked in the door. Brendan Rodgers is in Brazil. He's in Brazil. Come on. Neil Larson merch out soon. Martin O'Neill, just like the old days. Scarachi's getting right in for a fight. I tell you, he's way better than Kieran Tierney. Way better than Kieran Tierney. Guess who's scored the most goals in the SPFL tonight? It is Celtic. It is Celtic. Premiership. SPFL games today. Match day live. So the scores as it stands just now is Rangers are still winning 1-0. Celtic 4, Falkirk 0, Hibernian 0, Rangers 1. Kilmarnock 0, Aberdeen 1. Motherwell 2, Dundee United 0. St Mirren 2, Hearts 2. Celtic get the ball away. Front post. That's something that we haven't done for a long time either, is put a man on the front post. That was something different about the corners there. You know, Martin O'Neill getting someone on the front post. Come on, Celtic. Hatate. Ball back the way. It's not what's needed, Hatate. We've never passed the ball back the way all day. Yep. The confidence in the players tonight is just unbelievable. Michelangelo even... Go on, hit it. Oh, unlucky, son. Unlucky. We do have a corner. Corner to Celtic. Corner to Celtic. And Walter Mitty. 82 minutes I've got on the clock. One year, Martin O'Neill, 3 years. Watching the 12th man in Benidorm, chalk and cheese to Rogers style of play. It is that. Martin O'Neill's lifted the team. He's definitely done that. Definitely. Be interesting to see Martin O'Neill talking after this. The difference basically overnight in the style of play. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. How can one man... Michelle, I've just put him on a 24-hour timeout anyway. I've just put him on a 24... Go on, lucky Celtic! Oh, man. Celtic nearly got a fifth. Offside? How could it be offside? Well done, Marty McFly. NTL tops available in the bars this week. I need to get my NTL tops out for the Martin O'Neill era. I've got quite a few of them that have only been worn like twice. They're still like brand new. I never thought that we would be at a stage where those tops may have just jumped in value. Moravchik at the airport tomorrow. Is that too far? Could you imagine it? Signed on a freedom of contract. 84 minutes. I'm on 84 minutes also. 84 minutes and 10 seconds. Come on, Celtic. Offside against Falkirk. 4-0. Come on. There was a lot of people who were saying, look, just 1-0 tonight. TalkSport won't be happy. No, they won't be that. They won't be that. Martin O'Neill's lifted the players, but also our spirits. Yes. And it's what we needed. It's what we needed at Celtic. You know, we needed the negativity has left the building. Can I just say, my hope that St. Anna Sports is coming back to. I just hope that the negativity towards the team, the players, the management has left the building, because the man who was the most negative person around Celtic Park since the summer was Brendan Rodgers, and now that he's left, let's just move on. Let's just move on. Martin is the king. Hail, hail. Here's that, Eddie. Come on, Dyson. McCowan trying to get the ball forward. Game's slowed down quite a bit now. Falkirk are just sitting back. They're not even trying to get forward. They're Ralston with the ball in. No one there. That was a Banker League, Premier League, let's go. Oh, now you're rolling back the years. That ball was out. Sometimes all the player needs is his arm around his shoulder. Well, that's what Brendan Rodgers was meant to be like. That's what he was meant to do, but he wasn't, was he? I mean, when you start throwing the players under the bus and telling them that they're Honda Civics, and Martin comes in and goes, listen guys, you're no Honda Civics, you're an Aston Martin. Let's play like an Aston Martin tonight. Never mind a Ferrari. Let's just play direct football. We got the confidence back, and that it was back in an instant from the first whistle. It was an unbelievable game, and I've not even set up to do the video after this. I'll need to set it up once I finish. Scarachi was amazing. Watch him. He's been amazing. Playing week in, week out. He has been that. We'll be buzzing. Yeah, and how many people will be shouting for tickets for this weekend now that didn't want tickets? Celtic going forward again. Michelangelo at the back post. Rio Hatate in the midfield. But lackadaisical he's passing. Gives it to... Come on, Celtic are just... They've lost their way a bit. They've lost... They're reverting back to the... With all the changes and Rio Hatate coming on, they're reverted back to the Brendan Rodgers style of play. Don't say it's a penalty at Hibs. Shot for Callum Osmond, and the keeper saves it. Penalty at Hibs. I don't want to know. Who should start in midfield? God, all the players that started at the beginning of the game, which was Arnie Engels, Benji. I thought, man, Benji's not the best, mind you. Definitely not Rio Hatate. Rio Hatate slowed the game down since he's come on. Why did Brendan Rodgers not play Scarachi? Because he liked his little favourite in Kieran Tierney. I know it's a penalty, Hibs. Just tell me if the score or not. I don't want to know. I'm just trying to concentrate on this. Massive game this weekend. The cup game this weekend is absolutely massive as far as come on, Celtic. Saved. For fuck's sake, see? Why did you just tell me? Just tell me if it goes in. Take it easy for Sunday. Yeah, we could take it easy for Sunday, but I want to keep the intensity. I want the players to show, do you know what I mean? Atafi is still suffering from Brendan tits, yeah. He is that. It went over Ivar. What? Oh, come on. God, they're full of joy tonight. Scott Arfield with a shot. Oof. Tell you one thing, Schmeichel made a good save there. Clean sheet Casper wants his clean sheet Casper start back. This is all about Celtic tonight. I don't want to be... I mean, the chat's talking about other games that are going on. This is all about the performance of Celtic tonight. It's all about... I mean, Rio Tati gets a header away there, but... What a change to Celtic in just one game. Why wasn't the previous manager able to get this type of reaction out of the players? Gone has went the side-to-side passing football. Gone has went the 2 or 3, 4 or 5 touch passing. You know, from the very first whistle. Is he okay, Ingles? Come on. Can't complain. It's been one of those nights. Come on. And that's it. Time up. Celtic have won. Something that we've not been able to say in a long time. And not just win. It wasn't just about winning tonight. It was about winning convincingly. And I don't know what Dies Maida was trying to do towards the end there, because he should have scored. Was Casper at Falkirk the last time Martin was manager? He maybe was. I forgot to stop the match time. Sorry, wait a minute. Pause. He maybe was, but it doesn't really matter. The final score tonight, absolutely fantastic. It's Celtic 4, Falkirk 0. What a massive result for Celtic. Hearts goal offside, yes, even better. We'll get the final scores in the SPFL. We'll jump onto the SPFL website. There's some final scores coming in, but it's all been about what Celtic have done tonight and what Martin O'Neill's done. And what Martin O'Neill's done is he's brought back the smile, brought back the pride, brought back the enthusiasm to watching Celtic again. Do you know, to turning on the telly and seeing that Hearts are now only 6 points in front of Celtic. Hearts have drawn a game, which has reduced their goal deficit also slightly. Celtic have moved up to a goal difference of +8. Top of the table tonight, Hearts are still top of the table on 26 points. Celtic are on 20 points. Rangers are in third position at the end of the day. This is the disappointing one on 15 points. Hibernian are on 14 points in fourth position. Fifth position is Motherwell on 14 points. Dundee United are on 13 points in sixth position. That makes up the top 6. In the bottom 6 of the table in SPFL, Falkirk are in 7th position on 12 points. Kilmarnock are on 10 points. St Mirren are on 10 points. Aberdeen are on 10 points. Dundee are on 9 points. And Livingston are also on 11 points. The results tonight, does it really matter? I don't think so, does it? It's all about Celtic. I'm not even interested in the other results tonight. It's all about what Martin O'Neill did. Martin O'Neill and the players are walking around the stadium at Celtic Park with a smile on their face. It's the first time that they've done that in a long time. Going around clapping, as they have done many, many times over the years. But this time, the fans are actually having a little bit of enjoyment. Not only the way that Celtic played tonight, but the intensity, the pace, the going forward. You know, the players are walking around the pitch smiling, loving it. The fans are loving it. There's still plenty of fans in the stadium clapping the fans. Something that hasn't happened over the last couple of weeks. Something that just hasn't happened at all. Thank you for watching along tonight. It's been absolutely phenomenal evening. And Martin O'Neill used to say that about his players. He said that the players were phenomenal tonight. I think that not only were the players phenomenal, Martin O'Neill were phenomenal, and I think every one of you Celtic supporters with over there needs to be more comments. We're sitting on that's cool, it's just went up. Well, we're sitting on 1690 comments. It's alright, we're sitting on 1700 comments now. I couldn't leave it sitting on 1690 comments. Sorry about that. But we're on 1700 comments for the evening. Thank you for the super chat, wee Mitch. Thank you to the other guys in the chat who give me super chats also tonight. I'll run through them before we finish off this evening. First up is Scott with super chat. Thanks for the content, mate, and building a great community here. Thank you for being part of this fantastic community. John, the truck driving legend, was in after him. Scott then come back again. Have a pint on from all of us tonight, Baz, and my throat is about to go. And then a super chat from wee Mitch also. It's a phenomenal to sit and enjoy Celtic again with you guys. It's been hard over the last couple of weeks to watch Celtic, but I tell you one thing, we're sitting tonight with a smile on our faces. On that note, Lorna Gallagher gets the last word. She's a legend. Have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world. We'll do a review video in the morning, I think.